We want to cover the live chat, how to get it set up and installed on your website. But first, I wanted to show you guys, actually, we have another chat feature in LiveAgent as well. You can see here, we actually have a built-in chat with your agents as well. So we also have internal chat communication. So you can see here, if you're at your dashboard and you see your agents list here, or your online agents up here, you can actually click on their name, the little dot next to their name, and leave them a message right here in the system as well. So we also have this chat built in. You can just click here. Even if they're offline, you can see he's not online right now, but it's going to pop up this little chat window here, and you can actually chat with your team built into LiveAgent. Now he's offline right now, but if I were to type him a message, like, I need help when you log in, and you send it, it's actually going to pop up on the agent screen the next time they log in. You can use this. It's pretty helpful. You know, maybe if your other agent is offline, you can send them a message. Next time they log in, it's going to pop up right away, and they will be able to see that message. So yeah, we got this built-in chat as well. Now, let's go over the actual live chat here. So you're going to see this live chat button here. This is where you click, and you're going to get your chat dashboard, your chat overview screen. So from this screen right here, you can manage everything about your live chat. So first of all, you're going to see here your chat overview. From this screen, the chat overview, the first one you're going to get, you'll be able to see all of your online visitors on your website. So once you actually add a chat button to your site, you'll be able to see people browsing on your website. You'll be able to see anonymous here. So we don't know who this is. You know, this guy, we don't have his information or anything like that. So we have some customer on our site right here. So you'll actually see a list here, a longer list. This is just my test website, so we only have one person there. But yeah, once you add it to your actual website, you'll be able to see all of your online visitors. You'll also be able to see, you know, people that are actually chatting right here, waiting in queue, ringing, how many agents you have available for chat. So you can manage all of that from this chat dashboard right here. You'll also be able to see chat history here. You can just click on chats, and you're going to see a complete list of chat history tickets. You'll also be able to see a complete history of your online visitors here, their IP address, things like that. You'll be able to see in this list. Then you can also manage your chat reports from here as well, and chat settings. So all of that can be managed from this chat dashboard section. Now, to actually get the chat set up, let's go over that first. So you're going to see here configuration, your chat buttons. So this is where you will be able to create chat buttons, the actual button you're going to place on your site. And you can create as many as you want from here. So if you want to add, you know, a different chat button to a different page, you want to change how it looks, you can do that from here. So you can create as many as you want. You can add them to different websites. It's completely up to you. So we go here to the chat buttons, and we can actually create some buttons here. So you can see I already have some created, but when you come here, you know, it's going to be blank. So we need to create one first. So we can just hit create. And now you can choose which button you want to use right from here. So, you know, you can choose which one you want. We have a bunch of different options here. We also have an option if you want to do custom. You can actually upload your own image. So if you have a picture of what you want for the chat button, just upload it here, and you can use that picture. Or you can write your own code with HTML as well. And then we also have an option for inline button, which means if you want the button to you know, stay in the page, you can embed the button here with one of these. Or you can even use, like, for example, text. If you want to just have someone click on some text in your page and it starts a chat, you can use this one right here. So we have that option as well. So let's just go ahead and, for the sake of this demo, let's just select one of these. Let's go with this. Let's say we want this blue one here. Now it's going to load up the button and the options for the button. So let's go over this really quickly. You're going to see here a few options when you're creating the button. Now you can name the button what you want. You can choose which department the button goes to. So this is very important right here. This might be the most important setting. So when someone clicks on the chat button, it's going to route to this department here. So you could choose if it's your sales button or technical button. Let's say we want this on like our sales page. So this is going to go to the sales department. So now you're going to know all chats coming from this button, are going to your sales department. So you can set that there. You can choose the language for the button. It's going to translate all the icons on the button into this language. Now we have options for if we want a pre-chat form or offline button. So these two boxes are very important actually. So you're going to see when I check this box, it's going to add some more options here to the left. So we can actually get information through a pre-chat form here. So what this means is you can click on this and it's going to open up our knowledge base article and you can read more about it. But what it means is you can actually ask for the customer's name or email or anything you want before they even start the chat. So if you leave this blank, they click on the chat button, it's just going to start the chat right away. But if you click on this, you're going to have options for the pre-chat form here. So you can actually click on this and you'll have options here to get, like, for example, name, email, phone number, order ID, whatever you want to add. You can add some fields here. Then they click start chat. Then, they'll start the chat and anything they've entered in, you're going to get that information added to your chat ticket. So we can go over that as well. Now, let's see here. So also, guys, I forgot to mention, any point in time, if you have any questions or anything, just write it into the webinar chat. I'm checking that as well. So feel free to write your questions in that chat. So we can do pre-chat form if you want to gather more information. It's pretty self-explanatory here. You'll add the fields right here. You can even let them choose a department. Drop down menus, all of that is customizable here. Now, let's go to the actual button and let me show you really quickly here. If I ask their email, am I able to receive the message into my email if I'm not available in the chat? Yes. We actually have a feature exactly for that. I was about to go over, but I can explain it right now. Basically, in the overview here, you're going to see, besides the pre-chat form, there is an offline button option. And what this means is you can click on this. And what this means is if no agent is online, it's going to show an offline button instead of a chat button. So basically, we recommend you turn this on. So you're going to see here, if you leave this blank and nobody's online for chat, the chat button will automatically disappear from your website. It's set up to do that. So when you click this, instead of it disappearing, it's going to turn into an offline button. So you can see when you're online, this button is blue, right? And they can chat here. But when you're offline, you can go to the offline button. It's going to turn into this gray version. Now, what this means is nobody's online for chat. That means nobody has their chat available. So it's going to turn to gray. So it's basically going to go to offline button. And now when they click on that button, it's going to open up this form here where they can leave their name, email, whatever you want, and leave a message. And it's going to create a ticket directly into LiveAgent for you. So just turn that on. No one's available. And now you're going to have this contact form ready to go. So I'll recommend, you guys take advantage of that. It's pretty great, pretty good feature. Okay, so now let's go back to the online button. So now a few other things I wanted to cover here. All of these fields, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to add some animation to the button, you can add it here. Change the colors, all of that's customizable here. Now, the next part is the chat window. This is where you can, add text here. You can add a welcome message so that whenever someone clicks on the button, it's automatically going to add this message here. So like, you know, hi, how can I help you? So now when someone clicks on the button, it's just going to load this right away. Your agent, or you don't have to type this every time. So you can add a message to automatically appear. You could choose from our different themes here for the chat window. We have a few different themes you can pick, you know, colors. It's all customizable here. All right, now we've got the chat set up here. We got the chat form, we got the pre-chat form, so everything looks good. We can just hit save. And now our chat is ready to go. Once you've hit saved, all you have to do now is go to integration here and copy this code and paste it into your website where you want it to be. And that's it, the chat will be ready to go. You could even paste it into the footer of your website and it'll add it to every single page of your website as well. So you can do it like that, or you could place it on just the pages you want. It's up to you. So once you have it there, chat is ready to go. Once you have it on your site, now you're going to be able to see in your overview section, online visitors, and we're ready to start chatting. Now, we have the chat button set, and I'm going to go over an example of a chat in a minute, but first of all, we also need to do the settings as well. So let's go over the chat settings really quick. So after you add the button, you're going to want to do the settings as well to make sure your settings are right. So you can go to chat settings here. And now first we have chat routing. This is important with you know, bigger teams. How do you want to manage the chats getting routed to your agents? So we have 4 different options here. You can do random assignments. So whenever someone clicks on the chat button, it's going to randomly go to an agent. We have max utilization, which is going to give it to an agent with the most number of chats to keep them chatting. So basically, other agents can be free to work on emails while one agent is chatting all the time. We have that option. Average utilization is going to distribute the chats evenly to all of your agents. And then ring to all. This is going to be like someone clicks on the chat and it's going to ring to every agent, and first person to answer it will get it. So we have those options available. Now you're going to see when you click on one of these 2 in the middle, it's going to pull up the priorities. If you have it on random, there's no priority, but if you put it on like average or max, you can set priorities here for the agents. So, you know, if you set, like this is me here, John Gordon, if I set it to 1, chats are going to go to me first, then Vince, number 2. So you can set priorities for each of your agents as well. Oh, hold on. We have a question here. My LiveAgent doesn't look like yours. Do you have an updated version? This is actually a newer theme we just released, and you can actually set it to this one as well. I wanted to show off the new theme, you know, in the webinar here. So you can actually change it to this theme as well. I forgot to mention, guys. Yes, looks nicer indeed. Yeah, definitely. So if you just click on your profile here, it's going to be the default soon, but right now it's still in beta. And if you go to settings, you can choose material theme right here. Yeah, I would recommend going for this theme. It looks way better, and it's got some cool features and nice colors as well. So yeah, you can just click beta material theme right here, hit save, and you're going to have this theme as well. So everyone should have it. Yeah, so you can set the priorities here. After we got that done, we're going to be good to go on the routing. Then a few other options we got. We have, you know, routing time. This is like, it's going to ring to an agent after 30 seconds. If they don't answer, to go to the next agent. So you can set routing time here. If you want it to be faster, you know, just put it to like 10. Inactivity time is how many minutes until a chat will become inactive and an agent can get another one. This is like 20 minutes. You can set this to what you want. Show customer typing. This is going to show the customer typing before they send the message. You can see what they've actually written out. After a chat ends, do you want it to be an answered ticket or resolved ticket? And if you miss any chats, do you want it to be a new ticket or do you want to just delete them? You can set that there as well. So we want it to be new. So in case nobody answers the chat, it'll just open a ticket for us. So let's go for new there. All right, so now we got the chat settings. So now we're good to go there. Now, the final step is to actually turn chats on. This is important as well. You can be logged into LiveAgent, but you can also be turned off for chats. So you could be logged in and not getting any chats because you don't have the chats turned on. So you can turn it on right here. You're going to see in the top right, we have some icons here. This is for email, chat, and phone. So we can turn on chats right here. You're going to click on this, and you're going to see if you have chats turned on or off. First of all, it's this big switch, the master switch here. But then down below is all these are the departments. So you can be online for chat in only certain departments if you want. So for example, you only want to be online for your sales chats. Just click sales right there and you're going to hit save. Now you're only online for sales. But let's just do, for the sake of this, I'm just going to turn them all on. So now I'm online for all of the chats. And now we can start getting chats. So this is important to know. If you want to log into LiveAgent but don't want to be online for chats, you can turn it off right there. So you have that option there. Okay, so now we're online. We got the settings set up. So now we're good to go. Let's just do an example chat. So let's go to I have a test page here. This is my test knowledge base. So we can do a chat right from here. I got the chat button added to the knowledge base. You could add it to your knowledge base as well. You're going to see here we got the live chat. And it's going to start the chat right away. And in the back end, it's going to be ringing. We can click answer it here. We got those state-of-the-art sound effects going on. All right, so now we answered the chat. This is how it's going to look for the agent. And if you're familiar with LiveAgent, the ticketing, you're going to be right at home here. It's basically, it looks exactly like a ticket. You're going to see that right away. So it's the exact same format as a ticket here. You're going to see, at the top of the screen, chat started from your welcome portal. You're going to see the URL they've started it from. So you're going to get all this information right here when they start the chat. Just URL, if they're using mobile or Chrome or Windows, you're going to see that here, their IP address, and which button they actually clicked on. So you're going to see that right from here. Now, you can see I've answered the chat. I'm logged in as Andre here, and I can type to the customer right from here. And from the customer screen, it's going to look like this. Now it's pretty straightforward, guys. You're going to see here we have options for sending a chat transcript. The customers can actually get a copy of the chat from here as well. We have that feature. We have options for attaching files. They can even drag and drop pictures into the chat. We have option for minimizing it. They can make it smaller. Pop out the chat. They can pop it into a standalone window as well. And this will also follow them if they go anywhere through your site. If you have the chat button added to your each of your pages and they switch pages on your site, it's going to stay with them so they can keep chatting and going to different pages here. Now the customer can type something up. Even when they're typing, like I said earlier, you'll be able to see that here. You'll be able to see the visitor typing up a message even before they hit send. So you're always going to know, you can even prepare your answers ahead of time, even before they hit send, and have your answer ready to go. Now, when they actually send it here, it's going to come through just like this. You're going to get sound effects to know that they've sent it, and you'll be able to see it here. Now, a few other things in the chat we can do. We have options for a few different buttons you can click on right here. Let me just go over these. You can assign the chat to yourself if you want to assign this ticket to you. This is a good feature. When you click on this, after the chat is over, it's going to automatically open the chat as a ticket for you. So this is useful if you know that you need to maybe follow up with the customer after the chat is over, just click on that assign to me. It's going to assign it to you. And after the chat's over, you're going to have a ticket assigned to you. So that's a good feature. You know, if you need to follow up with the customer, just click on that. And now you've got a ticket assigned to you. We also have a button for inviting agents. If you want to invite one of your colleagues into the chat, you can do that here. Just click invite. And you could choose their name from this list. It's going to show you everyone who's online. So if I want to invite him in, I can just click on this and click on his name, and he can join the chat as well. You can have multiple agents chatting at once in the same chat, actually. So that's not a problem. He can join in, and you can both be chatting with the client. We also have a button to transfer the chat. This is different from inviting. This actually, you don't choose a person, you just choose a department. And when you transfer it to that department, like let's say we want to transfer it to client management, we hit transfer, it's going to just send the chat to that department, and one of those, it's going to ring to everyone in that department, and one of those agents can pick it up. So maybe the customer clicked on your sales button, but it's like a technical question. You can just transfer it to technical, and yeah, one of those guys will pick it up. So it's good for moving the chat around. Then we also have the end button. Of course, we can cancel the chat as well right from here. So let's cancel this here. Oh, let me make this a little bit bigger, actually. Here we go. So a few other options down here. So those are the options up top, and we don't want to end it yet, so let's keep going here. A few other options. We have the attachments here. You can attach images, things like that. But also it's drag and drop friendly, so you can just drag in the pictures you want to send to the client. Clicking here will give you your predefined answers, your canned messages. So you can click on this and choose, if you have some things you're always sending to the customers, you can click on that here and load up a message right away. So we have this one ready to go about our pricing, something like that. You can click and choose it. So your agents can use these during the chats, you know, to send longer messages. If you're sending the same message all the time, you can just use these canned messages and send them like that to save you some time. Then we also have an option for writing a note in the chat. Basically, this is like a ticket. You know, when you're writing a note in the ticket, this is just for your own purposes. So maybe like, you know, need to follow up with this customer after the chat, and just hit enter. It's going to add a note to the chat. So only you will be able to see this. Only the agents can see this. This is not going to be sent to the client. So you can write notes in the ticket as well. Now you're going to see here, basically the client's name in this chat just says visitor, right? It's going to do that because we don't know who this guy is. He just came to our site. He just started a chat. You know, we have no information on him. But let's say you know his name or something, and he gives you his email or name at some point during the chat. You can actually set his name right here. So you're going to see on the right side, we have the visitor. This is the ticket owner, right? This is the chat owner. We can actually set his name. So if we know this is, you know, John, we can just set him here. Or we could also ban his IP address. This is useful if this is like, you know, some guy that's just spamming your chat. You can ban him right from here as well. But let's set him as John. We know this is John here. So we type in John, and it searches our contacts actually in LiveAgent. So you can see you typed in John. We can create a new one. Or let's say we know it's one of these guys here. We can set him. So let's say, okay, it's actually this guy. And now you're going to see set requester. And now it's going to set him as your client, you know, John Gordon here. So now you can see it's changed it to this client. And now we can actually see his history with us. So we know who it is. So now we've got his complete ticket and chat history on the right side here. So you can see, you know, 4 days ago, you can just click on this and actually see, you know, what the client has said. So while you're chatting with him, you can review his history and see what's going on as well. Now, this also works if you have a pre-chat form and you ask for their name or email. And in that pre-chat form, you know, the customer fills it out. and then starts the chat, that's even better. You're gonna have all this right away. If John Gordon comes here, starts a chat, fills in the pre-chat form with his email or name, it's gonna load all this information. So once he starts the chat, you're already gonna see everything about the client right here. So pre-chat form is a great way to do that. Now we got his history here. We can also see, his notes, everything about the client you can see right here. You could even click on his name, edit his profile right from here. So you can do all of this while you're chatting with the customer. Now, one of the big advantages of live chat is the actual ability to be multitasking while you're chatting. So you can have multiple chats at one time, so agents can have 2, 3, 4, 5 chats. It's up to you. That's one of the big advantages. So you can see here, if I had another chat going on, I could be switching at the top here. LiveAgent is going to create some tabs at the top. You can switch between your chats and tickets. So you can be working on, let's say you're working on an email over here, typing up something, and also chatting over here. You can do that in the system. You can completely multitask. And one of the settings I forgot to mention is each of your agents, you can set a chat limit for them. So when you're editing the agent's profile, if I edit my profile here, you're going to see the first setting here is max chat load. So you can actually set how many chats each agent can handle. So I got set to 3, but maybe I'm like an expert on chat, so I can do 5 at a time. You could set this for every agent here. So it's up to you. In the agent settings, you could set, each agent 5, 3, whatever you want. So you can set their limit. And basically, I have it set to 5. So now I can actually get 5 chats at once right from here. Okay, so gone over all these settings here. So after the chat is over, we can click end the chat. And you're going to see I have closed the chat out, and it's actually opens up a ticket right here for us. So after the chat is over, you're going to see it opened up a ticket, and it's going to be saved in your ticketing section automatically. All of the chats are going to be saved. You're always going to have complete chat history, with your account. It's saved in the cloud. You get unlimited storage with us as well, so you don't have to worry about chat records getting deleted, nothing like that. They're all going to be saved as tickets for you. Now, on the customer's end, let's go over here. After the chat's over, we have the built-in feedback here. Did Andre help you? Yes or no? And each chat window has different, it's going to look different here. So this one says yes or no, but our newer themes, this is like an older one, I think. The newer ones have smiley faces as well. So they can click on smiley face to leave feedback. So we can do yes here. And then also they can leave a comment. So, cool dude here, hit send. And you'll actually be able to see that feedback in the system here. So in the chat, after it's over, you'll see we got the smiley face and the comment right here. So you can actually see this here, and you'll be able to see this in reports as well. So you can review, all of your chat feedback, see how your agents are doing, monitor all of that feedback right from here. So we got that built in. Now you'll also see after the chat is over, the customer can even start the chat again right from here. There's a button there, so they can even start it again. It's going to start it in the same ticket for you, so it looks good. And then also, like I said earlier, request a transcript. They can just send a transcript here. It's got his email loaded, push OK. And just like that, they can get a copy of the chat. So, a lot of times your customers will say, hey, can you send me this chat after it's over? Just click send me a transcript. There's a button there, and it's going to automatically send it to them. So we got that built in as well. And you'll see here, transcript successfully sent, so they know they got it. All right, so now in the back end, you'll even be able to see he requested a transcript, so it was sent. We know that he got it. Now the chat is over. Like I said, it's created a ticket for us automatically. So the cool thing about the chat is it's completely integrated into LiveAgent, you know, as a seamless multi-channel ticket here. So you can see it goes from chat right into a ticket. So if we wanted to, let's say, follow up with the client after the chat, you can just click here and actually email him right from the chat. So, you know, maybe the case wasn't closed, you know, he needed some help and you need to follow up with him. You can do it right from here, you know, just send him an email like, hey, thanks for the chat. Your order is on the way now. So just like that, we can send him an email after the chat is over. And yeah, you're going to see right in this chat, right in the chat ticket, you're going to be able to see that email here. So it goes right from chatting straight into email conversation. So, you know, if you close this out, if you close out the ticket and, you know, you open it up somewhere down the road, you're going to be able to see, like if I open it back up and, you know, he responded, you're going to see the complete history here. So you're going to see, okay, we can scroll up. Okay, he started a chat and now we've emailed him and this is what's going on. So you're going to be able to see it all right in this ticket. It's going to keep it organized for you. Now, we've covered the chat, following up on the chat as well. Let's go over one other feature with the chat as well. So besides the actual chat buttons, we also have a nice feature for proactively engaging the user with chat as well. We have these invitations here. So we have chat invitations, and basically these are going to pop up on the page you want and actually reach out to the customer and ask them if they want to chat. So you can create invitations here, you know, put them on your home page, put them on your price page, and they're going to trigger, you know, after a certain amount of time, and they're going to pop up on their screen asking them to chat. So we can set these up as well. These are really useful. So basically, it's just like the chat button. You can create as many as you want, add them to your different pages, however you want to do it. It's up to you. So we can just do, you see I've got some created here already. You know, we can create one from here, same as the chat, same process. You know, select one here. And yeah, you're going to see the same options here. So basically, it's got the chat window. You can customize it. You customize the invitation, how you want it to look, what you want it to say. All of that is done here. And then the only thing that's different is actually the conditions. So time spent on page. This is going to be how long until the invitation is triggered. So, you know, if you want it really fast, you can do 5 seconds, or if you want it after, you know, 30 seconds, it's up to you. So we can hit save and, you know, add it to the page we want. And now we have an actual invitation that's going to reach out to them. They click on, you know, yes, start the chat. It's going to ring to you the same way. So we have this option as well. Now, there's one more option to starting the chat. And that is, if you see the client actually on your website here, you can even start the chat right from here just by clicking on this button here. It is going to invite them to chat. You can just click on this. So let's say you see them, you know, on your homepage or maybe your pricing page. And this is going to say how long. So you see them, he's there for 40 minutes. We can invite him. We're going to choose which invitation we want to send him. So this is based on your invitations. Let's do this one, sales, B2B sales. It's going to open up a chat just like that. It's going to send your invitation message. How can I help you? And on the client screen, it's going to pop up right on his screen here with the chat. And it's going to open up ready to go right here with him. Oh, whoops. So let's go back here. So just like that, you can start chatting with the clients. You know, it works the same way. But basically, it's going to say here that you invited him to chat. So you're going to see that here. All right. Now, one other thing with the chat, I forgot to mention earlier, is you can actually see the pages your client is visiting as well in real time. So If the customer switches pages, you're going to be able to see that here on the right. There's a page visitors section here that's going to load up the pages they visit. So if they actually switch pages, you'll be able to see which page they are on right now, which pages they are on in the past as well. You'll be able to see all of that right here. So while you're chatting with them, you're going to know exactly which page they are on here. So let's go ahead and end this one and let's close it out and close out these other tickets as well. So besides the actual chats, we have also here the chat reports. So you'll be able to see, chat load, chat availability. You're going to be able to see, peak time of your chats coming in for the day. You'll be able to view that in your reports here. I don't want to go too much into detail about reports. We're going to have a separate webinar going over reporting details in the future. But for now, just know you can access all these chat reports from here as well. You could see, chat availability when your chat has been online. You'll be able to monitor all of that from here as well. Yeah, so guys, does anyone have any questions at this point about the chat, or maybe something in particular you wanted to see with the chat? Okay. Okay, we got a few questions here. What's the difference between chat and invitations? The only difference is the invitations are like pop-ups on their screen. The chat buttons are going to be actually a button just sitting on your website, like something like this. If we go to, I'll just show you. Let's go to liveagent.com. You're going to see this is a chat button. And if we go to our pricing page, I should have an invitation pop up. The invitation is just basically a pop-up on your screen. That's the only difference. The chat buttons just sit here. Invitations are going to pop up and you can click on it and start the chat. Other than that, they work the same way. Okay. Okay, we have another question here. If I'm online but not able to answer, will I get the chat message the customer sent to my email too? What will happen with the message? Yes, it's going to, basically the way it works is if you're online but not able to answer, what's going to happen is the customer is going to click on the chat and it's going to say that, it's calling an agent for them or something like that. You can customize the text and they're going to know that they're waiting, for a response, like they're waiting in queue. And while they're waiting, anything they type, you can say that they can type, it's going to say in the chat window that they can type a message or leave a message or type their message while they're waiting. And anything they type, and if they cancel the chat, it's going to create a ticket for you automatically in here. So let's say, let me just show you here. You're actually going to see there's an option for that here. And it's right in here, I believe, online. It's somewhere in here, but it basically says when you are not online, enable offline message right here. Basically, if you have this box checked and they type something in and they close out the chat and they leave, it's going to open a ticket with whatever they chatted, with whatever they typed in. So it'll create a ticket for you there. So can you remind me what happens if no one answers the chat? Yeah, so if basically, like I was saying earlier, if no one's online, the chat is not going to show, or it's going to show that offline button. So, I recommend, turning it off. But yeah, if you have it on and no one answers the chat, basically it's going to, when they click on it and you're online but you're not answering, there's going to say that, they're waiting for an agent and they can leave a message. So anything they type, or you know, they close it out, it's going to show as a new ticket. And if you if they don't type anything, it's going to create a new ticket as well and say that you missed a chat. Does an unanswered chat depend on your settings? Yeah, basically, like I said, if you don't have anyone online, there's not going to be a chat available for them. It's going to be the offline button instead. Or if you miss the chat, it's just going to be opened as a new ticket for you in your ticket section here. Is it possible to connect LiveAgent to a chat bot like Dialogflow? At the moment, no, we don't have any integration with chatbot. We are really, you know, we're looking into that, of course, and we are working on making some integrations down the road. But at the moment, we don't have any chatbot integrations. But more info to come on that soon. I'm off the office quite a lot and just with my phone. It would be nice to have the chat sent to my email. Yeah, definitely. There is an option for that actually. Basically, we can have we can set up a rule to notify you if you've missed a chat or if there's a new ticket. Actually, you can set it up right in here. You can set up a rule to actually send a notification to your email. Now, you could even do it in your settings as well, in your profile settings. There's email notifications. So if you just do a new ticket is created in your department, you check this box and hit save. It's going to send you an email if there's a new ticket. And this counts for the chat ticket as well. So if you miss the chat and it creates a ticket for you, it's going to send you an email right now. So you could do an email notification right here. And if you wanted to do it with a rule, you could do even more customization. So if a chat is started or something like that, you can have an email sent as well. You'll see here, apply when chat is started. You know, you can add a chat message. There's a lot of options you can do for chat started and what you want to do here. You know, you can have it send an email as well, send a notification. So there's a lot of things you can do with the rules here. Is the message included in the notification too? Yes, it's gonna be a preview of the message. So if it's really long, it's just gonna be like a preview. But if it's short, it should have the whole message there. Is there going to be a way for the knowledge base to also be shown an option if a chat is unanswered? There is an option to show articles to them. So basically, if they click on the chat and no one's available, you can actually suggest some articles for them. So that's actually in the chat button settings here. Let me just show you really quick. We go to one of our buttons and let's edit this button here. And let's go to the offline button. So if no one's online, it's going to show this offline button. And let's go to the form here. So if no one's online, they click on it, it's going to show this form here. And you can see knowledge base here, include suggestions. So for this button, you can choose which articles you want to show them. So we can select a category. Let's do products. So we want to show them this products category. Now, when they click on this button, it's going to suggest them articles from this category here. So you can even put a description here. So you can suggest them articles right here in the contact form. The settings that you've shown on the agent profile, can I set those for all the agents so they don't have to set it themselves? Yes, you can do that. When you go to edit your agents here, just go to your settings and your agents. You can actually edit them here and change their settings as well. So let's say we want to add those notifications for Martin. Just click edit, email notifications, just check it for him, hit save, and now he's going to get them as well. So yeah, you could change their settings right from here. You can even turn them on or off for chats. Like if you see that Martin, he's logged in, he's online, and he doesn't have chats on, be like, hey, I'm turning your chats on for you, man. So just hit save, and now he's going to get chats going to him. So you can set that here as well. You can even set their chat, chat load, and you can even set their chat priority from here. That's great. The offline button in knowledge base, which is has mine set to because I'm often away from the desk. I was wondering if a similar option exists if I set to online and I can't answer the live chat. No, unfortunately not. For the online, there's no option for that. But that's a good suggestion. But yeah, online, no. It's only for the offline. Actually, however, though, with the chat button, you can suggest the articles before they start the chat. So when you edit the button here, let me show you that as well. In the pre-chat form, you can suggest articles as well. So pre-chat form, you're going to see the same exact options here. Include suggestions from, and you can show them relevant articles in the pre-chat form. So before they start the chat, you can show them some articles here as well. So we do have that option in the pre-chat form. No problem, Marilyn. Okay, guys, anything else you guys wanted to see about the chat? All right. So looks like no one else has any other questions at this point. Yeah, like I said, it was going to be a short webinar. Just wanted to cover that, how to get it set up and going, and all the different tips and tricks available there. Can we nudge people? I had someone start a conversation, then disappear. Nudge people. Oh, so like if you mean like they're starting a chat and then all of a sudden they're not replying. Basically, you can just send another message. It's going to give them, a sound effect. Basically, that's it. So I would say just send more messages in the chat. Ask them if they're there, because every time you send a message, they get a sound effect. So that would probably be the best way. Yeah, so guys, thanks again for joining me. This pretty much concludes the webinar. Thank you again. I'm gonna send out a replay of this as well. We're gonna upload it to our webinar series. So I'm gonna send you guys a copy, and you can check it out, review it, show it to your team as well. And yeah, we're gonna have more webinars to come, covering more features in the system. So guys, thanks again for joining me, and I'm gonna wish you guys a great day and end it right here. So take care. Thanks again, guys. Useful reminders. Yes, thank you, Marilyn. So take care, guys. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.